Good morning, warriors. We're going to learn a new sound off. We'll start it off before we do the pledges. So I'll say, how are you? And you will say, better than I deserve. So let's try it. How are you?
Better than I deserve.
What in the world does that mean? What does that mean? Better than I deserve. If I ask you, how are you? And you say, better than I deserve. What in the world does that mean? What does that mean? Bailey, what does that mean? Yeah, you have more stuff than you deserve. You have more than you deserve. So even if I'm having the worst, rotten, horrible Tuesday in the whole entire world, it's still, I have more things than I deserve because I have a family that loves me. I get to come to a school that talks about the Word of God. I have friends. I have all of these blessings that God has given to me. If we could summarize all that in one word, we would say it's gratitude. We are called as people of faith to live a life of gratitude, to be grateful. So that phrase helps remind us that I shouldn't be thinking about myself and poor old me, but I have so much to be thankful for. So when someone says, how are you? You'll say, all right, let's join in the pledge to the Bible. I pledge allegiance to the Bible, God's holy word. I will make it a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. I will hide its words in my heart that I might not sin against God. Join me in the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, we are working through our catechism questions. We've been talking about who God is. Let's start there when we talk about the question of what is God. So let's start there. What is God? Where is God? Can you see God? I cannot see God, but he always sees me. The next two questions then go along with that. So the next question is, does God know all things? Does God know all things? And the answer is yes. Nothing can be hidden from God. So repeat after me. Yes, nothing can be hidden from God. Your turn. Let's put it all together. Does God know all things? Yes. And then the next question is, can God do all things? And the answer to that is yes. God can do all his holy will. So repeat after me. Yes, God can do all his holy will. Your turn.
Yes, God can do all his holy will.
Let's put it together. Can God do all things? Yes. God can do all his holy will. So the question is, so if God can do all things, would he make a rock so big that he would fall on himself and he would hurt himself? Or since God can do all things, would God lie? And the answer to that is no, because the second part of that question tells us he will do only his holy will. So why would God do something against himself? If God is a God of truth, why would he lie? It's against his holy will. If God is a God of truth and goodness, why would he do something that would be hurtful or dangerous? So people think, well, that's the reason why there's not a God, because you say he can do all things, but then he really can't. But that's not true. God can only do according to his holy will. That doesn't mean that he's limited, that he's powerless. No, he's powerful, and he will do only according to his will. He will not do anything against his will. So he can be trustworthy and faithful, and we know he's good because he will not do anything contrary to what we know him to be, which is a good God. Once again, we have Miss Hess coming up here helping us learn about the fear of the Lord, fear of God. So let's welcome Miss Hess.
Good morning, warriors. We have been memorizing Proverbs 1:7, so let's just start off with that. If you remember, it starts with the fear of the Lord. Let's see if you can say it with me. Ready? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Proverbs 1:7. All right, so we are talking about our second school rule, which is fear God. So if we fear God, we will want to keep his commandments. I think we can agree on that. But there are surely a lot of things that God tells us in the Bible. So how can we keep all of those commandments? That's a lot of things to remember. But listen to this. The Bible records Jesus being asked, which is the greatest commandment in the law? And Jesus responded saying, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. So that last part, Jesus said that too. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. So what he's saying is love God, love people, and you will be naturally wanting to do all the other things. So if you love God and you love people, you will want to live a life that's pleasing to God. If you love God and you love people, will you obey right away, all the way with a happy heart? Yes, you will. If you love God, will you honor others above yourself? Yes, you will. So who can give me an example of what that might look like here at Annapolis? Yes, sir. That's exactly right. Obey right away, all the way with a happy heart. Yes, Ollie? Well, we definitely need to put our trust and faith in him. Bigger kids? Come on, big kids. Yes, I'll have. Lauren, is your hand up? Okay, Lauren. That's a good example. And I think that you could come up with a lot of examples because that really is just doing the right thing, obeying the rules because those rules follow love God, love people. And you will see that all of the other commandments just fall right into place if you love God and love people. So how will you treat your classmates? How will you treat your teachers? How will you treat your parents at home? How will you treat people that come visit our school? Are you going to walk in a straight line? Is that showing your fear of the Lord? All of our rules go back to showing the fear of the Lord, loving God, and loving people. So I want you to remember that all of those rules fall into place if you love God and love people. And I want you to try and think about that and make that a priority this week. Have a great day.
Standing by your purpose true, heeding God's command. Honor him, the faithful few, all hail to Daniel's band. Dare victory grand. Satan and his host defiant, for Daniel's band. Dare to be a Daniel, dare to stand alone, dare to have a purpose firm, and dare to make it known.
It's Tuesday. How are you? The Lord be with you.